I thought it was very important, particularly as the president-elect begins his transition, for him to hear the voices of the people and to get some perspective from outside the transition bubble, to understand what's being said in the streets and subways of our city and why people are so deeply concerned. I raised a number of substantive issues. I want to give you a sense of what they were. I will say at the outset, I'm not going to characterize his positions or responses, but I will give you a sense of what we talked about. First of all, we talked about regulation of Wall Street. I raised my concerns about any repeal of the Dodd-Frank bill and what it would do in terms of furthering the economic security of New Yorkers and of millions of Americans, and the deep concern that we would go backwards and that our economy would be in peril again and we would run the risk of another crash. I talked to him about the proposal for tax cuts for the wealthy and for corporations. I raised my concern that this would make impossible many of the changes that we need in our country, particularly the investments we so desperately need in infrastructure here in New York City and in cities and counties all over the country. I talked to him about concerns about proposed deportations. I gave him the perspective of the NYPD that any initiative that would create a rift between our police all over the country and the communities they serve, that would make it impossible for police and community to communicate, that would sow distrust between law enforcement and neighborhoods, would be counterproductive.